Hello. Today we are going to talk about one of the easiest things that you can do to start your detox lifestyle. So let's get started. Hi everybody, I'm Becca Laurent and I'm here to empower you with knowledge of non-toxic living, helping you to make easy, cost-effective changes for yourself and your family, providing you the tools needed to make life healthier naturally. And today we're going to talk about one of the easiest things that you can do to get yourself going on your natural path in a detox lifestyle. I'm telling you, this sucker is so simple. You care to take a guess what it might be? It's drink more water. But when talking about drinking more water, this water and this water is not the same. So we're going to go through the different types of waters and the different types of containers for that water, and then I will give you a quick tip at the end. So stay tuned to the end. All right, so like I said, like I alluded to, that this water is not the same as this water. These waters, these bottled waters, they are very popular nowadays. And there is a good reason for that. They're pretty easy to grab at any store, and you can carry them around with you, and you always have fresh water with you, right? Well, not exactly. Did you know bottled water, there is very little regulation in bottled water, that just because it says spring water does not mean that that water came from a spring. And just because it's bottled water doesn't even mean that it's been filtered. So these waters are not the same. And that's not even taking into account that plastic bottles, they leach chemicals from the plastic into the water. So you're getting who knows what kind of water in the bottle itself when it's bottled. And then say this is bottled and packaged. It is stored in a warehouse with no regulating temperature, and these bottles degrade faster when the water is hot or the sun is beating down on it, or like I said, it's hot. So these are bottled water is stored in a storage area that is normally not temperature control, so it can be stored in a hot storage area. And then what happens to it whenever they need to ship it from one place to another? Well, they put it in a box container, like on the back of a truck, the big box containers in the truck, and those are not temperature regulated either. So in the summertime they can be extremely hot inside. I definitely know that. As a plant specialist, we were pulling plants out of those types of trucks, and it was horrible in the summertime. All right, so we don't know how these waters have been treated before they even got to the store. And we don't even know how long the water has been in the bottle when it gets to the store. So these, I would still buy these in an emergency situation. I actually bought this as a bottle for hurricane season, though there are other ways of getting away from that, and since then we have, and I just saved this for this particular demonstration. So these would be on my list or towards the bottom of the list of water to get. Not saying that I would not drink it if I needed it in an emergency situation. Hell yeah, I would be drinking this water just as fast as anybody else. All right, so that is bottled water, but I also have this bottled water. So I looked around for a little while, and we have actually have bought several of these bottles, and I looked into the company. It's called Path Water, which this particular bottle is, about twice as much as this bottle. But the company is a company that is looking to make a lot of changes. And one of the changes is they are trying to get away from plastic bottles. For one, a lot of the plastic bottles aren't even recycled. And recycling these bottles takes up more energy than creating new ones. So that's one of the reasons why, and plastic is so prolific that there's more plastic out there to be recycled than there is even a demand for recycled plastic. So this particular company, I like what they're standing for. Because this is aluminum, and this particular bottle, they give a lot of information on their website. Aluminum is 100% recyclable. Therefore, it's easy to put it back into the recycle pathway. So I like how they're using aluminum, and aluminum cools faster. So it will hold on to its coolness a lot faster. So it takes less energy to cool this water than it would the comparable water in a plastic bottle. And then they're also purifying this water, and I'm wanting to say that this is water is purified through reverse osmosis, and I will double check, but I will put the website of the company in the description section below that you can look at it yourself. And the particular company even talked about the plastic lid, which a plastic lid doesn't concern me as much as a full-blown plastic bottle, because normally they're, set up like this, and, the water isn't sitting on the plastic all the time. But they talked about that they are trying to come up with a alternative to the plastic, and they had at first tried using an aluminum top, but the seal around it was too sharp for people, so they went to plastic until they could come up with an alternative. So they are actively pursuing an alternative to this. So I like supporting companies that are looking in the right direction. And Path Water, just to let you know, I am not affiliated or sponsored by any of the products that I'm talking about today. Though in the future, if I do go with affiliations, this would be one that I would definitely go for, because I agree in their platform. So this is an alternative to plastic bottled water, but it is a little more cost prohibitive for those that are actually looking to go on the cheap while you're changing things up. But I did want to give you this alternative that when we go to the store and, the convenience store and need bottled water, we are actually drinking this water. Okay, so that is bottled water. Tap water. Tap water you really don't want to be drinking because of the chlorine. You're going to have pesticides that aren't actually filtered out by the municipal water systems. You're even going to have medications in that, and it's not really filtered out by the municipalities. And then some municipalities actually have fluoride in their water, which is a big no-no for us as well. That's a neurotoxin. Going through and looking at the different options of having filtered water at the house, we have decided that our best bet here at the house, we live out in the country, we do have a well, and we also have a filtration system that filtrates sediments and large particles, And then we also have a water softener that filters a little bit more out of the water. So it's not a totally cleared system where we're just drinking whatever is coming right out of the tap. We do have it filtered. But we wanted to do more, especially since we do live out in the country. We're going to have more or potentially have more pesticides and chemicals and stuff like that could be leaching through the soil and could be messing with our water. So what we have gone with after using different household systems through the years and all of that, we have decided that the best thing for us is the Berkey water filter. This particular size that I have sitting here is my travel filter, which we'll go through all the little goodies if this is something that you're wanting to looking to do. But they do have different sizes. So this is about I guess about 24 ounces of water. And it's a really neat system. It is a charcoal type system. So this right here is the charcoal filter. And even the larger systems uses a filter like this. They just use more of them. I will post a picture somewhere around here of our larger household system. But we use this, since I travel a lot, we use this for traveling. And I don't know if you just saw that. It will drip. So you pour the water up in here. It'll filter through my charcoal filter. And then it'll go down this little tube. And I don't know if you can see that water pulling up right there. That is filtered water. And then this down here, this is my filtered water. And I can drink that. Now, Berkey, and why I chose Berkey is Berkey stands behind what they use. This particular filter, depending on how much you use it, it can last a couple of years or more. But Berkey also says that you could even grab river water, pour it in here, and filter it through, and then it would be clean, clear water whenever it filters out. Now, I hope I never have to rely on that, but there has been times that we have flooded around here, and of course, if we flood high enough, it's going to get into our water pump and shut our water down here at the house. But this is the package for the filter, and I will take a picture of it and I'll post the picture so you can actually read everything. This is all the things that Berkey says that it can filter out. And I went through and I kind of highlighted what I wanted to bring up is like pathogens and bacteria. It can take out inorganic materials. It takes care of any chlorine and chloride. So in a city, which I do agree that this does. I take this to my sister's quite a bit when we go to my sister's, and she lives in a city and does have chlorinated water. And I can use this next to their Brita filter, and I can still taste just the chlorine. So if it can't even filter chlorine out, what else is the Brita leaving in it? But I can taste a huge difference between the Brita filter and my Berkey. So that's actually why we had decided to get a travel Berkey. So we could carry it with us wherever we went and still had clean water without having to carry the big, we have a big 3-gallon family size. So back to this, it claims inorganic materials like chlorine and chloride. It will filter out pesticides, it even mentions glyphosate and toluene. So great for that. it takes out heavy metals. Now, if you live in an area that has arsenic, then you will have to get another filter actually on the bottom. I was going to say on top of this. So with the Berkey, you would still use this filter, and then if you have arsenic, they have a arsenic filter that you would screw in on the bottom, and it's more intended for the larger Berkey filters, but it does claim to filter out arsenic as well, but it would be an extra filter. So there's that. And then radiological contaminants, and it also removes and reduces, like I'd already mentioned, the arsenic, E. coli, fluorine, manganese, nitrates, perfluorinated chemicals. There is a long list, as you can see, a long list of things that this particular filter filters out. And as far as a standalone filtration system, I have not found one that even comes close to this. And we've used the zero water. No good for us out here. It may, as far as the zero water, you can tell the taste difference when we first change the filter, but within a week, it's our old well water. So that didn't work for us. We've used Brita here at the house. That didn't work for us. We've also used under-the-counter filtration systems that had its own little spigot, and I do want to say that was Brita, and we were constantly having to change that filter just to get rid of the taste, not even talking about all of the extra chemicals that this is claiming to take out. So that is why I love our Berkey water system. And I was talking about that this is a travel kit, so let me show you all the stuff that comes with it. So this is my little travel bag for the Berkey. And this particular, I'm not going to be able to do it because it does have water in it, but this particular system, all I would have to do is turn this over and it will slide in this container. There we go. Let's pour water all over the place. But anyway, it will slide into this container and therefore break down to that big of a system to carry around than this particular tall one. And this is actually a good system to carry with you when going camping. And it is intended for that. It comes with this particular water bottle, which I don't know if you can see, there is actually a filter in there as well. So you could have iffy water in this particular one, and then as you suck up through that, it actually will filter out the sediments and things like that in this particular sports bottle. And it is claiming that it will reduce viruses by 97%, and this is BPA free. But the thing about BPA free, you don't know, BPA, in case you didn't know, BPA is a chemical that has been in the news as of late, in the last 10 years or so. That leaches out of some types of plastic into your water, and it is a endocrine disrupting chemical. And the companies are pulling that chemical voluntarily out of the plastics, which is a good thing, but what they're replacing it with is in the same class as BPA, and two of the common replacements are BPS and BPF, which both are claimed to be better from the plastic industry because there isn't as much testing on those particular chemicals, but the testing on those particular chemicals is not actually showing us very good results. So that is one of my words of caution with plastic. Even when it says BPA free, it does not mean that it is actually safe to use. But we will go through some alternatives to use. All right, this is a nice little nylon bag that has little drawstrings to hold everything in place. So this particular system will fit into this bag nicely. And then there is one more thing in here. If you're stuck out where there isn't any reliable water, Berkey even has this plunger that you can pull water out of, say, a river or stream or something and run it through your filter, and it will be drinkable water in the bottom. You know, like I said, I haven't had to use it. I hope I never have to use it. But in when you're in a pickle, there you go. Berkey's got your back. So that is my spiel on the Berkey water system. And like I said, I am not sponsored or affiliated at this time with this company. But in the future, if I do choose to affiliate, this would be one company that I would definitely consider as to be affiliated with. So we have talked about the different types of filtration, and then I alluded to having chemicals in the plastics. So what would you do instead of using plastics? Well, you can use, this is a stainless steel cup that I carry around all the time. I even have my stainless steel straw, and I drink my drinks out of this all day, every day. So this is a viable option. Of course, you could reuse your metal container for these particular bottles. And then I also have different glass options. Like this is a glass bottle that is made for carrying around, and this was in our Berkey package when we bought our big one. We got 4 of these bottles because it was like a family kit. So it came with 4 glass bottles, and I actually have crocheted, and I couldn't find my crochet cover, but I crochet a cover over the to go over the top of this. You could use neoprene. You could do all sorts of different things to protect this bottle and make it easier to carry. But I do carry this out in public quite a bit. Let's knock on wood, that we have never broken one of these bottles carrying around. You could go on the cheap and use mason jars with a lid. They do seal water really well. So that could be a way to carry some water really easily without having to worry about plastics. And this particular bottle, you can reuse bottles from other drinks. This particular one is a kombucha bottle that I did save. And it would be very easily cleaned and reused. So glass bottles, and they make all sorts of stainless steel type containers that have the lids like this, and you know, there's many different varieties. So that is options that I have given for different water containers. To where you could filter your water at home and then carry it out in public with you, to where you don't even have to worry about the water that's available out in the public. So next up is my easy tip. Whenever I start talking about water, the next question that comes up is, how much water do you need? And there's a simple calculation that I give my clients in Clean and Clear in my tools program. And it is to take your body weight, your real body weight, and divide it in half. And that is the amount of ounces that you need to be drinking in a day. So for example, if you weigh 150 pounds, that would be 75 ounces. And before you say, ooh, that's a lot, that's about 9 cups of water. And that is 9 of these cups. So this is a mason jar, and this is an 8-ounce mason jar. 8 ounces equals a cup. So you would only need 9 of these, not 9 of these. And how I regulate how much I need is, this is 32 ounces, which in a 32-ounce cup, you can get 4 of these. So as you can see, drinking 2 and a little more of this equals my 9 cups. Easy peasy, isn't it? All right, so I hope that this helped you out. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And water up. Well, I left some more videos for you to watch about this subject, or subjects that are close to this, to continue your learning in detox lifestyle. You can find those in the description section, and you should be seeing them somewhere around, what is it, here or here. You should be seeing them on the screen right about now, or at least by the end of the video. So, woohoo! Anyway, so this is Becca. I will see you again soon, and until then, get healthy, live happy, and herbal on. Bye.